Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The role of the Sultanate in regional and international organizations and authorities tops the discussions of the program on pillars of state policies. The Higher Judiciary Institute in the Wilayah of Nizwa celebrates the graduation of a new batch of higher diploma holders in judiciary sciences. An electronic platform, Ijad, is inaugurated to work in connecting industrial, academic and research sectors in the Sultanate. And the Sultanate is ranked 17th internationally in the Index of Expatriates' Happiness. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has received a cable of thanks from His Excellency President Abdulaziz Bouteflika of Algeria in reply to His Majesty's cable of greetings on his country's National Day. His Majesty the Sultan has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Roch Marc Kabore of Burkina Faso on his country's National Day. The role of the Sultanate in regional and international organizations and authorities was the main focus of the program on pillars of state policies. A number of Director Generals and state administrative apparatus took part in the program. It was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Omar Al Marhoun, Minister of Civil Service. The discussion focused on principles of human rights and mechanisms of development of government performance. The policies of the Sultanate are based on dialogue and not to interfere in internal affairs of other countries, in addition to solve disputes with peaceful means. The program also reviewed the positive role played by the Sultanate in a number of regional issues. It is worth mentioning that the Sultanate has diplomatic relations with 138 countries, and it is involved with 115 international organizations. His Highness Syed Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Sayed, the Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, received at the Royal Family Hall this evening His Excellency Sheikh Ali bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, Deputy Prime Minister of Bahrain, Envoy of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa of the Brotherly Kingdom of Bahrain, and the accompanying delegation who arrived in the country to express condolences in the death of His Highness Syed Turki bin Mahmoud Al Sayed. The Bahraini Deputy Prime Minister conveyed the sincere condolences by His Majesty King Hamad to His Highness Syed Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Sayed, coupled with prayer to Allah the Almighty to have mercy upon the deceased and to grant his family patience and solace. From his side, His Highness Syed Fahd expressed his utmost thanks and appreciation to His Majesty the King of Bahrain and His Excellency the Deputy Prime Minister for their sincere condolences, praying to Almighty to prevent any evil to their families and the brotherly Bahraini nation. The morning was attended by a number of Their Highnesses, members of the royal family, and Their Excellencies senior officials. Upon departure, the Bahraini delegation was seen off by His Highness Syed Faisal bin Turki Al Sayed, His Highness Syed Kamal bin Fahad Al Sayed, His Excellency Syed Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Sheikh Al Fadl bin Mohammed Al Harthi, Secretary General of the Council of Ministers, and His Excellency the Charge d'Affaires at the Bahraini Embassy in the Sultanate, and members of the embassy staff. A ceremony was held by the Higher Judiciary Institute in the Wilayah of Nizwa in the Governorate of Dakhliya to mark the graduation of a new batch of higher diploma holders in judiciary sciences who completed the decided academic program. The ceremony, which was held at the premises of the Institute, witnessed the graduation of 54 judges and members of public prosecution under the auspice of His Excellency Syed Khalid bin Halal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court. Research Council in Petroleum Development Oman, PDO, inaugurated the electronic platform Ijad, which work in connection of industrial, academic and research sectors in the Sultanate in the field of energy. The inauguration came within the events of the annual Forum of Researchers, which included honouring the winners of the National Award for Scientific Research 2017. The forum witnessed also the inauguration of Omani Virtual Scientific Library, Masader, or resources which will work on showing challenges faced by the industrial sector and connect scientific and innovative researches. The forum, considered as an opportunity to showcase, highlighted scientific and intellectual researchers in line with the development plans in the Sultanate. The Directorate General of Specialized Medical Care of the Ministry of Health, represented by the Rehabilitation Department in cooperation with Sultan Qaboos University Hospital, International Day of People with Disabilities is celebrating under the auspice of Her Highness Sayyida Hujayj Al Saeed. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Rabai.
With the aim of promoting the rights and well-being of persons with disabilities in all spheres of society and development, and to increase awareness on the situations of a person with disabilities in all aspects, celebration was held last night, which included an exhibition of the most important achievements of disabled people professionally and in academia, including models of their work. The exhibition was attended by the rehabilitation departments in the Ministry of Health hospitals in Muscat, Sultan Qaboos University Hospital, and the Deanship of Students Affairs of the Sultan Qaboos University, and a group of persons with disabilities.
I'm so proud to be here today. We're celebrating the Disability Day, and since I'm the chairman of the Children Handicapped Association in Oman, I'm so proud to join them. And I met lots of people with disabilities, and they had really very creative ideas and lots of things that they do for a living. And you can see the painter and the crafter, lots of different hobbies. So I'm just happy to be here today.
I would like to see such activities continuous.
Indeed, this kind of activity is good for all of us.
The theme of this year is transformation towards sustainable and resilient society for all. Observance of the day provides opportunities for collaborative and exclusive events. Indeed, such activities do highlight contributions made by persons with disabilities as agents of change in the communities in which they live, and can assist in creating opportunities to help realize their potential, be it through music, sports, academia, or interpersonal skills. Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Rabai, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
Still to come in our news bulletin. The Regional Study Session for Radio Communication Bureau in Arab Countries 2017 is inaugurated. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson met with the Iranian President Hassan Rouhani today, wrapping up a worthwhile visit in which he pushed for the release of imprisoned dual nationals. In a series of meetings over 2 days, the Foreign Secretary took flack from the Iranian officials for not doing more to build on the nuclear deal signed with world powers in 2015. A key focus of Johnson's visit has been efforts to secure the release of imprisoned British, Iranian, Nazani and Radcliffe. The 39-year-old is already serving a 5-year sentence for her part in mass protests in 2009, which she denies, and was due to face fresh charges in court today of spreading propaganda. Banking restrictions have also complicated long-running efforts to return an estimated £450 million owed by Britain from a military contract cancelled due to the 1979 Islamic Revolution. A few hundred demonstrators pelted security with stones outside the U.S. Embassy in Beirut today in a protest to reject Washington's recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Security forces responded with water cannons and tear gas to disperse the protesters gathered outside the tightly secured embassy north of Beirut. The protesters waved Palestinian flags and called for the expulsion of the U.S. ambassador. They also burned Israeli and U.S. flags and set rubbish on fire, sending large plumes of smoke into the sky. The U.S. decision sparked a wave of popular as well as diplomatic protests in the region. Lebanon is home to 450,000 Palestinian refugees, nearly 10% of the population. Thousands of protesters gathered outside Jakarta's heavily guarded U.S. embassy today to condemn the U.S. recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Members of Indonesia's Prosperous Justice Party and other demonstrators gathered in front of the U.S. building, chanting slogans and held up signs in anger at last week's announcement by U.S. President Donald Trump. The demonstration remained peaceful. The U.S. Embassy in Jakarta has been targeted by various organizations in the days since Trump's announced Washington's official recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Indonesia, the world's most populous Muslim nation, is a strong supporter of the Palestinian cause for decades. Parts of the UK woke up to a snowy scene today as the winter weather took hold across the country. The Met Office released an amber weather warning for heavy snow in most parts of England and Wales, and a yellow warning for the rest of the country. They said air travel, traffic and train delays were expected, and warned that some rural communities would be cut off. Now for more local news. Arab foreign ministers demanded that the United States rescind the U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital, calling it a grave development that puts Washington on the same side as occupation and the violation of the international law. It came in the Arab League meeting in Cairo, Egypt. While Arabs have the right to defend the Palestinian issue and the occupied Jerusalem city because their right is evident for all young and adults, still they need to recoil with themselves, said His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, while leading the Sultanate's delegation taking part in the extraordinary meeting of the Arab foreign ministers to consider the developments resulting from Donald Trump, the U.S. President, announcing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. In a strongly worded resolution, long on rhetoric but short on meaningful actions, the ministers also called for the United Nations Security Council to adopt a resolution condemning Trump's decision. The resolution said the ministers would meet again within a month and held out the possibility that an emergency Arab summit would be held in Jordan to discuss Jerusalem. The 30th International Country Meeting of National Managers of Expanded Programs on Immunization and the 17th Inter-Country Meeting on Elimination of Measles, Rubella Control is held in Oman under the auspice of His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Saif Al Husni, Undersecretary of Health. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Rabai.
Oman is hosting WHO Eastern Mediterranean Region 38th Inter-Country Meeting of National Managers of the Expanded Program on Immunization and the 17th Inter-Country Meeting on Measles, Rubella Control and Elimination to review the progress of immunization program in different countries. For the past several years, the region has faced major challenges, including active conflict and emergencies in several countries. The efforts and innovative approaches that have been undertaken by countries in order to keep EPI functioning and to overcome challenges related to the security and accessibility, vaccine supply and human resources.
Oman is hosting the representatives from 22 countries of the Eastern Mediterranean region these days, and to review progress of immunization programs in different countries and also progress towards the goals, regional goals. In the region, Oman is a shining example of immunization program success. Vaccines save millions of children's lives and secure productive adulthood. In Oman, immunization coverage has been high. Measles has been eliminated since 1997. However, in 2016 and 2017, there have been few cases which are addressed by the Ministry of Health through immunization campaign, national immunization campaign, which was conducted in September.
Based on the reported data and WHO UNICEF estimates for 2016, many countries were able to maintain high vaccination coverage, which reflects the enormous efforts of the routine immunization program in these countries. Oman and many other countries are commended for their efforts. Despite the commendable achievements in different areas of EPI, much remains to be done. Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Rabai, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
The Sultanate is the 17th internationally in the Index of Expatriates' Happiness who are residing in the Sultanate. That was revealed by the Internations Network during the Sultanate's celebration of Human Rights Day, which falls on the 10th of December every year. During the celebrations, Oman Human Rights Commission revealed the inauguration of Rights and Duties of Non-Omani Manpower Index, which briefs on religious, cultural, educational and health rights of this segment. The Sultanate is considered one of the leading countries in preserving human rights, as it signed 3 agreements recently in this regard. The first agreement was the Convention of the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination against Women. The second one was Convention of the Rights of the Child. The third one was the Conventions of the Rights of the Disabled. The Sultanate's ranking in this index reflects Omani society's respect for human rights, whether citizens or foreigners, which strengthen the fact that Islam is the religion of tolerance, peace, love, respect, empathy, and reflection. The Sultanate will tomorrow celebrate the Armed Forces Day, which falls on the 11th of December. On this occasion, and to mark the Retirees Day, which falls on December the 7th every year, the Royal Air Force of Oman held a celebration at Asib Aerial Base, under the auspice of His Excellency Sheikh Abdullah bin Nasser Al Bakri, Minister of Manpower. The Sultanate's armed forces have accomplished a number of achievements in various organizational, training and armament aspects, thanks to the royal generous attention and care accorded by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. The armed forces are taking wide strides towards construction and development in line with the requirements of each stage, performing their sacred national duty of protecting the soil of the homeland and preserving its gains and achievements effectively. The medical services at the Sultanate Armed Forces opened today an ophthalmology center and ENT department in the Sultanate's Armed Forces Hospital. Opening this project came to increase the Ministry of Defence's keenness to take care of its affiliates. The new center, which is considered as one of the vital projects, can do small and major surgeries using the latest equipment and technology such as Pentacam, the device which is the only one available in the Sultanate. His Excellency Syed Badr bin Saud Al Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defence Affairs, presided over the ceremony. After 5 consecutive days of strong competitiveness, the competition of Royal Oman Police for Infantry 2017 was concluded. 33 teams participated in the competition, which was held in Sultan Qaboos Academy for Police Science in the Governorate of Dakhliya. The concluding events started by the arrival of Major General Sulaiman bin Mohammed Al Harthi, Assistant Inspector General of Police and Customs for Administrative and Financial Affairs. In addition to listening to a briefing about the context, after that the teams performed an infantry show and military acts, through which they proved their efficiency and excellence. The Regional Study Session for Radio Communication in Arab Countries 2017 was inaugurated today. The session came for better administration of radio frequencies. The session is considered as an opportunity for forming thorough visions on the regulations from the World Radio Communication Conference 2015. The basic concepts will be reviewed on managing the spectrum at national and international levels, in addition to its relation with the regulations of the International Union for Communication. The session witnessed the participation of more than 130 participants from members of International Union for Communication and Arab region from inside and outside the Sultanate. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Sea of Oman with chances of scattered rainfall. The rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the governorates of Baremi, Dahira and Wusta. Winds will be northeasterly to northwesterly light to moderate, and seas will be moderate to rough with a maximum wave height of 2.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The role of the Sultanate in regional and international organizations and authorities tops the discussions of the program on pillars of state policies. The Higher Judiciary Institute in the Wilaya of Nizwa celebrates the graduation of a new batch of higher diploma holders in judiciary sciences. An electronic platform, Ijad, is inaugurated to work in connecting industrial, academic and research sectors in the Sultanate. And the Sultanate is ranked 17th internationally in the Index of Expatriates' Happiness. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsrooms and the studio, it's good night.